Everybody doing, man? It is Tuesday, man. So you guys already know. On Tuesday, hold up. I did it again. I do it again. Hold up. There you go. There you go. I be listening to my own live stream. Sorry about that. All right, so yo, it is Tuesday, and you guys already know. On Tuesday, I like to get the full. I like to get the full. I like to get the four best cowboy content creators I know, and we like to bring them together for a mega show every Tuesday morning like no other, man. So today, man, I got some special guests, not even special guests, because I ain't gonna lie to you. If these folks is at my crib, I am not getting up, getting them no water. I am not getting them no I'm not. Why? Because, well, time out. Keith, this your first show. So I get up and get your water, man. What's up, man? I got a special guest, man. I got my boy Keith McPherson on the line, man. What's up with your boy?
You know I'm on that Twitter machine. I'm getting them tweets out. What's up? It is your boy East Coast. Coming straight from New York City, Jersey City in the building. Man, first off, I gotta say, like, West Coast is the realest, period. Cowboys fan, blogger, his content. You know, I got a little clout out here in New York City, but like I've been a fan of West Coast. I think the last 2 or 3 seasons I've been following him quietly on Instagram before he even recognized me like a couple weeks ago. Um, I'm just happy to be connected with other Cowboys fans, brothers. I'm like rooting for everybody black. I'm supportive of everybody in the space trying to build their own. And I'm obviously on the radio and TV here in New York, in the baseball scene, in the basketball scene. I'm big with the Yankees fans, the Nets fans, but I live 20 minutes from where the Giants and Jets play. So they don't really like when you get too deep into the Cowboys talk or Cowboys conversation, but I have brought it to New York City radio. So after linking with West Coast, and I think like a month ago, I linked with RJ Ochoa from Blogging the Boys. Man, like people that I've just been following as a fan reached back out to me to say, hey, you should do some content. You should come on the show. So here I am. I guess I'm starting off this off season as now a Cowboys content creator. I used to do a couple things as I was kind of making my way up, but nothing really none really stuck, nothing really caught. So I appreciate the platform, and I'm looking forward to talking to you boys today. It's franchise tag deadline day, so I'm sure we got plenty to go over.
Yeah, and I'm gonna tell y'all this real quick. Let me put you on the screen real quick. Let me put you real big on the screen real quick. Cause hold on. Let me put him on here real quick. Cause this boy, look at this. This young man, come close to the camera, man. This young man is dacked the f out, bruh. Like this dude is dacked the f out.
I figure on franchise day somebody got to support the boy. You know, he can't get tagged again. I know we wish you could put a $32.4 million tag on him and not that 49.1 or whatever it is about to hit. But yeah, I try to support Dak because some days I just be hating on Dak. Like some days I got nothing for him, but he's ours. And I was never really a Tony Romo guy. And the funny thing is, Romo used to kill me with the turnovers. Now look at Dak.
We gonna have a good conversation.
Yes,
hey,
because I love Romo too. Go ahead.
But yeah, man, it's your boy Henny Demore over here at HTM Sports. How's everybody doing today, man? I know it's a Tuesday, right smack in the middle of the work week, but I want to just take the time out to appreciate everybody in my chat box that take the time out their day to come and hear us talk about Dallas Cowboys, man. Michael Lockhart, I see you. Cowboys fan 95, Brian Kite, my boy Double R, part of the Wrench Gang, I see you. Jeffrey Lombardozzi, what's up with you, man? So yeah, we're gonna get right into it, man. Like my brother said, it is the tag deadline. Folks been doing some crazy stuff all season, so we're gonna see what the shenanigans is today.
Yes, sir. Landlord, what's up with you, man?
What's happening, man? Shout out to everybody rocking with us, man. We extended the trap today, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Michael Lockhart. Shout out to Melanated God in the building. Good grief. Shout out to, I like that. Shout out to Cowboy Fan 95, Texas T. What you sipping on over there, sir? Shout out to you guys, the poet, over there on the East Coast. Shout out to Jeffrey Lombardi, Double R. Shout out to everybody rocking with us, man. We got some good content for y'all, man. We finna kick it off. Let's get it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, yo, man, let's go ahead and get into it, man. I mean, today is, obviously we tagged our guy yesterday. You know what I'm saying? So we don't, it's, no really effect on us today as far as who's getting franchise tagged. But let's go around the panel, man. Let's kind of talk about it real quick. What are you guys' thoughts? And Keith, I'll give you the first couple minutes, man. What was your thoughts on Tony Pollard getting franchise tagged yesterday?
I mean, I knew it was coming, right? I wasn't too surprised by it, but for it to happen, I guess 24 hours before the deadline, I wanted to know more about negotiations, right? I wanted to know more about, what are you talking about with Tony Pollard after this season and the way that his season ended and our season ended? He broke his damn leg. Like, he right now, obviously, he's a valuable asset to the Dallas Cowboys, but how valuable is he to the rest of the league being hurt? But at the end of the day, he's ours, TP playmaker. Like, this was a season where a lot of folks started to switch up on Zeke, myself included at times. And Tony Pollard became kind of more of the front man where everybody's saying he's the better back and all this other stuff. So when the tag hit yesterday, I wasn't surprised by it, but I want to know, like, is there any conversation about maybe making a deal with Tony since he is hurt right now? Like the rest of the league, like what is his value in the rest of the league? I think the running back tag is 10-9. So right there, you're saying he's worth at least $10 million a year. We obviously have two running backs now making double digits in the millions in a league where they say you don't draft a running back high, you don't pay a running back high. Jerry Jones found a way to have two expensive running backs, one hurt and one past his prime. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yeah, and we feel similar in the terms of they should have tried to get a long-term deal done. Like if you want Tony Pollard and you value him at least $10 million a year, it's more financially responsible, right, to go out and give him a contract extension. Because it's just like I always use the analogy of just like financing a car, right? You don't really just go to the dealership with the 30 bands up front, cash out everything you got to buy the Camaro. You usually go up there, you have your credit score right, you drop $5K off, you finance it out. And that's the same thing they could have did with Tony Pollard and still gave him the annual money he wanted. So like I used the example, if it was a 3-year, $30 million a year deal, at the time of signing, could have gave him $10 million, right? So over the next three years, you're really only accounting for the $20 million against the book because the signing bonus does not go against the cap. That's how Dak Prescott was able to make $80 million in 2021, but only counted for $17 million against the cap. Mm-hmm. So there were more creative things to do and work out a long-term deal. And like you said, the Dallas Cowboys really have all the leverage. This man just broke his leg last month. Last month, he broke his leg. We watched it on national television. So there's no way in hell you're telling me Jerry Jones, who's supposed to be this great negotiator, cannot work out a long-term contract with an injured player.
I almost, not to cut you off, I think Landlord's about to speak something, but I almost feel like they didn't even offer him a contract. But they can say they did, but I almost feel like they didn't. What's your thought, Landlord?
Yeah, I just look at it like, man, I'm sick of the Dollar Bill Jones, what I call him. I'm sick of him not getting in front of all these contracts, man. I feel like that's a problem. Why we always cramming when we been knew the test was here. You know what I'm saying? We been knew the test was here a week, 2-3 weeks in advance, and we cram at the last second. That makes no sense. If we would have gotten up in front of this contract, we could have signed Tony for what? About $6 million last year?
Probably.
Some easy, some slight. You know what I'm saying? But we wait to the last second. I think that's just irresponsible. I think Stephen Jones, Dollar Bill Jones, always getting the short end of the stick when it comes to negotiations. I feel like he's been on the tail end of all of the negotiations in the past few years. They sat up there and got beat by Dak. They said it themselves they got beat by Dak, even though I don't agree, but they said they got beat by Dak. You know what I'm saying? They got beat by Zeke. Zeke team jumped in front of them too. You know what I'm saying? With the holdout. That was all smart by Zeke team. So I can't even blame Zeke team. I blame my front office for not being able to handle this stuff properly. You know what I'm saying? Right. So if they was able to jump in front of this Tony Pollard contract, I feel like we'll be in a way better situation. Now we got to deal with $10 million on the cap. You know what I'm saying? Now they still can negotiate it. You see what I'm saying? They still can negotiate and get a long-term deal done. That's the only hope I feel like Zeke got. Real talk. I feel like that's the only hope. Because look, I believe they said if they gave Tony Pollard $10 million, right, and then Zeke cap hit remains $16 million, that'll be the highest running back cap hit in NFL history, I believe they said. Like, no lie, nobody pays that much for a running back. So that's not even a possibility. So that's what I'm saying. If you can restructure Tony, or not restructure, but if you can sign him to an extension or some kind of way and lower that cap hit, that's the only hope I feel like for Ezekiel Elliott this year. Like, that's just my opinion.
I mean, when Zeke took the contract, like, I think he kind of knew that there was going to be a restructure at some point, because Zeke also knows, like, we also got to understand, when Zeke signed his contract, he was maybe how old was Zeke? 24? 25 years old. How old is Zeke right now?
Please so.
Zeke understands that as as every athlete, as you get older, your progression is going to tailor down. That's why now these NFL teams are backloading these contracts with that same concept, because they know that you're going to get, even if you get better, you're still going to be older. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So every single people like to try to bring that up with Zeke, like, oh my God, Zeke got old. Well, that's kind of the way they do it. It's almost like they set the contract up almost as a trap, because it's like, why would you make the highest cap hit on my contract as I'm getting older? If anything, you would want the cap hit at the beginning of the contract. So why? Because you're younger, you can get the most out of it. So go ahead.
One thing, I was just about to say, one thing that's another part of it is, when you extend a player like that, that you gotta have that in your plans. Like, we knew that Zeke, we overused the hell out of Zeke, y'all. we ran Zeke in the ground. So you don't think this front office was being a little tad bit nefarious? Zeke team picked them before, right? I believe Zeke team was like, hey, man, another 300 carries this year? Another 300 carries this year? They probably sent back like, hey, we gonna have to make a move. Like, they're not stupid, bro. He paid these people millions for a reason. You know what I'm saying? They seen this coming, and they was like, they got in front of it. I say I can't blame Zeke team. That was smart, bro.
They won.
That's
smart business.
That was smart.
They forced Jerry Jones' hand.
Yeah, that was brilliant by his team.
Yeah, and you got to say it like this, man. Like, that's why, like, when it comes to these contracts, and I know fans like to put this mindset out there, like, this is like, if you go over the salary cap, you can't play this year. You know what I'm saying? And shout out to my boy Matt with the $5 super chat. Like, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. Like, and I'm gonna tell you, most of the teams that are advancing and going deep into the playoffs, getting at where we're going, these are teams that's, guess what? In the next year, they're in cap hell. But my question is this: if you're so good at managing the cap, then deal with that next year. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now. There's a lot of us that say this. You know what? Christmas about to come, man. I'm about to ball out. But guess what? Between January and April, I know I'm going to do what? Get that tax return, and we're going to get it right back. You know what I'm saying? My question is this: do you want to have your child have a great memory of Christmas? Or do you want to look back and be like, oh, yeah, I saved $500 that Christmas by getting the kids all the not toys that they wanted? You know what I'm saying?
I don't know what happened to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't know what happened to it.
Like, this is what I'm trying to make you guys understand. Like, right now, the Dallas Cowboys are more concerned with the overall the overall history of the team, like being able to be financially stable, having all these things. And I'm gonna tell you right now, as fans, we don't care about that. We want a moment. We want a moment, bro. And if you're telling me that winning a Super Bowl makes me the Los Angeles Rams the next year, guess what? I'm okay with that. Because remember, my team, Jerry Jones, they're able to do that. But my question is this.
One sec.
Go ahead.
You said you want a moment. You got to make sure you say it correctly. We want a moment, and we want it now. We want that moment now. That's what we want.
Thank you. Stop selling me on like, listen to me. I believe in Jesus, and I believe Jesus is coming back the day after we win the Super Bowl. You want to know why? Because he ain't coming back until we get one. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being real. The day after the Dallas Cowboys win the Super Bowl, the trumpet's blowing, we all going up. I'm just telling you. I don't know what's going to happen in 2 years. I don't know, bruh.
We don't care.
But I know this. My kids need to see a freaking Super Bowl while they're children, bruh.
Facts.
Well, let me just go ahead and jump in with this.
Y'all know I get emotional when we talking about that chip, man.
Yeah, me too.
Hey, we'll talk about Super Bowls Like we're one of 3 teams that haven't even been to an NFC championship game in the last 20 years. Like we're in the company with the Redskins and the Lions in that aspect. And when you look at how the Dallas Cowboys spend, like I keep bringing it up, they're 31st in overall spending these last couple of years. There's
That is
30
not a
teams.
team that wants to go, bruh.
No, there's 30 teams that put more effort. Well, at least they put more money up front to try and build rosters. And that's not just with free agency. That's with total spending. That's with your own guys as well.
Facts.
So that means you're nickel and diming the guys that's currently on your roster. You're not signing high cap hit free agents. And the only reason that you're even competitive is because you draft so well.
Yeah,
So
facts.
And so you know what that means? You know what that means, fellas? Praise God the Dallas Cowboys draft so well. Like, think about this. Our strength is now it's not necessarily our crutch, but it's our all-in basket now. Because, bro, listen to me. If we don't draft well, we are screwed, bro.
Yeah. One thing I do want us to get a little better at, bro, is knowing when to strike, bro. Like, is we crazy? Like, why would you be talking about a future, right? Think about this. Just use put your thinking caps on. We're gonna critically think right now. Okay. Why? Yeah, think critical. Look, why would you be talking about the future, right? If you just got to the second round of the playoffs. Those are the teams who are striking right now. That's who that is. Those are the teams who aggressively moving up the draft. Those are the teams who on the phone with D-Hop. Those are the teams who on the phone with all these big free agents, bro.
Odell.
Why are you sitting up here talking about the future when you was right there that close?
And then my question
is the old Jerry Jones, bro, this finna be quick. The old gambling Jerry Jones that was nefarious in the back alley. That guy knew when to strike. And I need him back because that's our only shot, bro. I don't see nobody else having the courage to make those gambles. I don't feel nobody else gonna shake the dice. Nobody but Jerry. So that's why I say I need nefarious Jerry back. That's the only thing we got, bro.
How old is Jerry?
Go ahead.
Jerry, 95?
Yeah.
He's 80.
He's 80. Bro.
Yeah. He the only hope we got.
Hey, but I'm gonna tell y'all this right now. Jerry,
that's a senior citizen.
Yeah, Jerry
I can't put my hope in somebody that no.
Look, Stephen Jones ain't gonna do it. Look, this my logic. This is why I say that. Stephen Jones ain't gonna do it. And ain't nobody getting fired.
Kellen Moore got fired.
Look, that's a coach. I'm talking about the people who really the movers and shakers in this organization. I'm talking about this nepotism. I'm talking about this nepotism in this front office. Nobody has pressure on them. Fact. So how you what is our other options, y'all? We can't get them fired.
We don't have any other options.
One at a time. Go ahead.
Yeah, this just gonna be quick. You can't get them fired. And what else? Like, we just gonna say we hopeless. That's the only other options. Like
go ahead.
I got a story for you because I'm coming out of the New York market, right? Here in New York, they hired Joe Shane and Brian Daboll from the Bills. But before that, y'all Cowboys fans, you watched the Giants. They were trash for 6 years. Like, different head coach, Ben McAdoo, Pat Shurmur, Joe Judge. The shit was a mess up here. I host a nightly radio show where Giants fans call in. They were calling in demanding that the Giants get football people in the building, not family. That was their words. Not family, football people that know the business and know the game. The Dallas Cowboys are run by family. They are owned by the Joneses. They are run by Jerry and Stephen Jones. And who else knows whose hands are in all these decisions? Until they decide to get some experts, some football people, some capologists, some people that know when to roll the dice and throw the dice, they're going to keep playing the game by their own rules. And it's no wonder that it's been 27 years since they've been able to get back to a conference championship. It's no wonder that their biggest free agent signing was Brandon Carr. I don't even know what year that was. I was probably in high school, college. Like, it's no wonder that they keep messing up. Your running back room is too expensive. It's no wonder that your quarterback threw 15 interceptions, but he's about to have a $49 million cap hit. He was a fourth round pick. How you have a fourth round pick, basically taking all your bread, and then you saying, "Hey, go get him, Dak. It's all on you, bro. You don't need Amari Cooper. You don't need any free agent help. We don't need to bring anybody else in. We're not even going to get any value for Amari Cooper." You make your bed, you're going to lie in it. And as fans, we've been lying in this shitty bed for a long time. and it's not gonna change. It's not gonna
Yeah.
change.
See, you saying the same thing. You just on the end where it's nothing that could be done. I just at least want something to hope for. You know
Fact.
what I'm saying? That's all I want. At least something to
I'm
hope
putting hope
for.
in Dak. That's all I can hope is that like this story with
If
Dak
they don't go
changes.
get a free agent, we doomed. That's what I'm gonna tell you
Yeah,
right now.
listen to me real quick. Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all the cold thing about the game with Jerry Jones though is like all this stuff that I'm gonna tell you the reason why Jerry Jones consistently to do weird and crazy and stuff that don't make sense is because every day a broken clock without batteries is right twice. Every
Yeah.
single day. And I'm gonna tell you this right now. Jerry Jones is sitting up there in his pie in the sky saying, man, y'all say whatever hell y'all want to say about me trading Amari Cooper and not getting 5th round. We still got to the second round of the playoffs. What do you got to say about that? Suck it.
I mean, if that's what you want to be, a second round exit. If that's what you want to be.
No. But listen, first off, a second round exit from a first round exit, that is growth. We're not gonna deny that.
It's growth.
That's growth. Now, the problem with it is you lost the exact same way you lost the year before. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think fans would probably feel better about that loss if it would have been like 42 to like 48. But since you lost in the exact same manner, that's just like going to the car lot. I mean, go and take your car to get it fixed. You got to check engine light on. You pay $2,000 to get your car fixed. And as soon as you pull out, you start hearing that ticking sound like, oh, hell no, something is not right. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, it kind of goes back to the original point of what we were talking about. Like, praise God that the Dallas Cowboys do draft so well. Because think about this. We are the only team that actually, we're going to look at, because this is how it's supposed to work. At the last game you play in the NFL season, you're supposed to go into free agency and create a plan that is supposed to help you get past that game. Like, I know fans want to go from a playoff win to the Super Bowl, but that's not how it works. That's the Cincinnati Bengals. That's typically not how it works. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you have to take the incremental growth. Now, my only issue is we're taking the incremental growth, but we're losing the same way. Yeah. So it's like, are you actually growing? You feel me? So it's
I think you made a good point, Wes. When you said it don't typically work, think about it. The people who skipped that process of growth,
go ahead.
You know what happened to them?
Go ahead. Speak on it.
It don't last long. You know what I'm saying? It don't last long. But they might get to the promised land, but then they just disappear forever after that. You know what I'm saying? So it does take growth to be that consistent type team like that. So yeah.
But also, I'm gonna think about this too, though. You had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, you had the Los Angeles Rams. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers sustained it. They was in the playoffs every year. They just couldn't be that team they were that first year. But the Tampa Bay Buccaneers sustained it. The Rams, I'm gonna be honest with you, the Rams, I think, were an anomaly because they actually spent more money. Like after they won the Super Bowl, bro, man, the Rams was like, hell no, we trying to go back. Give me Bobby Wagner.
I think Philly an anomaly too. I think Philly won too.
So this is gonna be the conversation with Philly, right? Because Philly, half their defense is free agents right now.
Yeah.
And it's like, you know, that's what they're gonna. I mean, I know they love their offense and everybody talks about their big weapons and things like that, but there are major points on their defense. You know what I'm saying? And then with the Dallas Cowboys, you know, playing in our division, you know what I'm saying? We've for the most part have had a pretty good offense. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, there are offense telling me that if you're telling me that Philadelphia's defense is diminishing, and you got to think like this, Philly can't beat us now.
X.
Like they can barely beat us now. Like they can beat Dallas Cowboys with a backup quarterback, sure. But Dallas Cowboys with Dak, no, Philly has a really hard time beating us. So if you're telling me that their defense, there's a really good chance that their defense diminishes, heck yeah, bro. I think Dallas Cowboys probably beat them twice a year now. Like, yeah, and think about this. If Philly can't beat, I don't give a damn what Philly does. If you can't beat Cowboys one time a year, bro, that's going to hurt you, boy. Because imagine this. Imagine if Dak plays the first game and we got beat. Not only we got beat, we would have got a home playoff game.
Yeah.
We would have been at home.
That's true. Yeah.
Go ahead, Henny.
And look, you know, just to piggyback on what you said about the decline of the Eagles, they actually play a first place schedule this time, right? So they actually have a real schedule. So if they perform this year, you know, there will be no questions. But they play a first place schedule. they lost both their coordinators. It will probably be a
Offense and defense.
yeah, offense and
Oh.
defense. So and then when you also pair that with the fact coaches have like a whole year on the new Jalen Hurts. They have a whole year on the new Jalen Hurts. Yeah, so I'm going to see how they actually, go out here and make the adjustments. Is he still gonna come out here, or are they gonna let him run the ball the way that he was running it this year? It's gonna be the same brand of offense. Will they be as effective? Because he didn't put up monster yards in the passing game. There were very few games this year where he had to throw the ball, numbers of times to keep them in the game. So we're going to see how the league adjusts to Jalen Hurts. Because listen, everybody had a run. Cam Newton looked unbeatable before.
I showed. That's who I used on him. Cam Newton did the same thing. Yeah.
Lamar Jackson looked
down this year.
Lamar Jackson looked unbeatable his MVP year. So they always adjust to the mobile quarterback eventually. He will have to upgrade his resume and improve as a passer, in my opinion, to be effective this year going forward. But we will see.
Hey Keith, before I let you go, I'm not gonna let you go, but let you speak. Let me say this too. No offense to Jalen Hurts, but Jalen Hurts didn't even really have no MVP season, bro. Like if you as a quarterback, if as a quarterback, he had a season a little bit better than Dak Prescott's rookie year. Like if you really like his best season after being in the league 3 years is as good as Dak's rookie year. That's all I'm saying. You know what I'm saying?
And they so crazy how Philly beating on their chest about them. You know what I'm saying? And they just went through the 1 year wonder with Carson Wentz. Like that's crazy to me. That's crazy. Y'all should be a little more cautious, right?
You would think, right? Go ahead.
Let's see if they pay him. Let's see if they actually give him the 45, 50 million they're talking about paying him. With the Eagles, you mentioned their schedule. I think Henny mentioned their schedule coming up. They struggled last year. They struggled with Indy. They struggled with the Bears. They lost to the Saints, I think, at home. Like they had some sketchy games in their run to the Super Bowl. And then when you look at their route to the Super Bowl and the playoffs, they faced the Giants, where like the Giants had a good season and all, but when you looked at the Giants roster,
it wasn't there
versus the Eagles roster.
It wasn't there.
The matchups, it's all matchups. It's Eagles across the board. And then they knocked Brock Purdy out in the first 5 minutes of the game or some shit.
Right.
Like that Niners
Green
game
was Lucky Green. That's what it was.
Yeah, that Niners game would have been different if they could get the ball to Debo consistently, to Kittle consistently. McCaffrey ran over their whole defense on his own. They're going to lose pieces on that defense. Bradbury can't come back after the hold.
Heck no.
He's not going to be there. And now everybody is weighing in. Like I think I saw C.J. Gardner-Johnson talking about what their defensive coordinator didn't do. He didn't give us an opportunity. So they're already having some turmoil in Philly. It's the Cowboys division, man. Today on New York radio, they're talking about Daniel Jones isn't worth $40 million a year.
Give him $40 million.
Like,
give him 50.
I want them
that's
to pay
your man. That's your man. You gotta pay him.
Pay him
gotta
and
pay
hurt.
him now.
Hey, listen,
Now you gotta pay him or tag him. So, I mean, what you think? Sam Howell and Eric Bieniemy about to run through the NS? Like, nah. So
pay both of them guys. Pay Hurts, pay Daniel Jones. I want you to pay him because I already know what I feel about him. You know what I'm saying? I think Jalen Hurts is good. I think he's decent, but they put a great roster around this young man. You know what I'm saying? That's what made him dope like that. You know what I'm saying?
And 2 number 1 receivers, a beast at tight end, 3 running backs,
a gangster O-line. O-line was gangster.
Good play calling.
Yeah, great play, great OC play calling. You know what I'm saying? So I just feel like if you set mostly, not anybody, but most quarterbacks up that nicely, you probably would have got some similar.
Bro, they
results.
hated him.
And then when
they
you think about
for 2 years,
yeah, they did. And then when you think about how fortunate they got in the playoffs, you know what I'm saying? So when you add this great team, then you got fortunate by playing a terrible Giants team. That's why I said, bro, I give Philly credit for doing right in the regular season. Because if the Cowboys would have got that same hand they was dealt in the playoffs, we would have did the same thing, sir. You mean to tell me you don't have faith in your Cowboys, even if you pessimistic? You mean to tell me you don't think we could have beat the Giants at home?
Easily.
That's what you're saying. So you mean to tell me
I was at the Monday Night Football game where Cooper Rush beat
exactly. So you mean to tell me you don't think we could have beat Brock Purdy back up? And this man got right in the game
in
and
Dallas.
fumbled the ball.
In
In
Dallas.
Dallas too.
It would have been.
Look, he got the ball. This man, they hiked this man the ball, and he just dropped it, bro. And it was
Josh
a
Johnson
fumble
been on
in the
15
red
different
zone.
NFL teams. He's a practice quarterback. He's
Look,
not an
in the
NFL
red
quarterback.
zone, bro. And then they hurt him, and they had to put a hurt Brock Purdy in the game.
Back in the
You
game.
mean to tell me
No
we
arm.
wouldn't have been able to do that? See, this ain't just Philly hate. This is just real, like, logical thinking, bro. Like, I
It's
know
very
my
logical.
team would have been able to do that. I know they would have been. So that's why I took my hat to them in the regular season, because we fumbled the bag in the regular season. We let Noah Brown throw a no-look pass to the Jaguars defender and lost us the game. We let
That fucking Packers game.
Hey, don't forget. Hey,
You
I'm
know
gonna
what I'm
tell you, and I'm gonna tell you this right here. I'm gonna tell you a moment in games that people don't ever give a lot of credit, but it was a huge moment. That back-to-back curl route where when Dak do that, they like literally. I mean, obviously Dak threw the interception, but Kellen Moore threw back-to-back curl routes.
and watched.
Yeah, and he in Washington, like he literally
The one that Fuller picked off
like
on
yeah,
the
he's
backside
like,
to Noah Brown.
like he literally on the play before ran the exact play.
Yeah. And
That
what
shit
makes
made
you
me so
really
mad.
mad, Wes? This was finna make you mad. Think about this.
Hey, real quick, let me give us a quick shout out to Dwayne Brown for the $10 donation. I appreciate you, kinfolk.
I already
Appreciate you,
Dwayne
and
Brown.
shout out my boy
But look,
Matt Patton too.
yeah, shout out to Matt with the $5 super chat. But look, this right here finna really piss you out. This right here lets me know that Kellen Moore deserved to be kicked off a bridge out the door. Look how terrible we was at Washington, right? Right? We was horrible. Then the same pessimistic fans, they was looking at it like, we finna get beat by Brady because look at how we did against Washington. You think we finna look? Them same people was in our chat boxes, right? But they disappeared. Then you go look terrible at Washington, bro. How do you look like a night and day difference the very next week?
And then the very next week, you look totally different again.
How? That right there is alarming. That is alarming. That's a person who don't know who he is. That's inconsistency. That's a team that doesn't have an identity. That's what that is.
Well, listen,
ain't no way.
We can say what we want about Philly, but at least last year they had an identity. And listen, even the year before, like the middle of 2021, they found what their identity was, and they did not waver from it.
Bro, they went down with the ship.
They went down with the ship.
Even in the Super Bowl, they was doing trying to do them little quarterback sneaks. That's who Philly was.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
They
saying?
about to
That's
outlaw that shit now. You can't push the
Yeah.
quarterback.
But I'm just using that as an example to say that Philly lived or died by their identity. We never did that. We changed up everything every week. You know what I'm saying? We didn't know who we were.
And I'm gonna tell you this right here. Like that's what I've, coaching this football, man. That's something that I've learned. Like the first 2 years, I did not use it. Y'all gonna think I'm crazy. I did not use a playbook. Like I literally just I had concepts for my kids as far as routes. All my kids knew the routes, and then they would go out, and then I would literally just kind of like, hey, curl route, blah, 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. There is something about having a system and knowing what play you're gonna run next. Like there's something about that, because even as I used to think to myself, Kellen Moore, how can you go in a game and just see the run working and just go away from it? And you know what? I didn't understand it until I did it a couple times in a game.
You predetermined it. You got plays that you want to run so bad that you're thinking about getting those plays off instead of running the damn ball.
Exactly, bro. So that's why now the last year or so, I ain't saying I calmed down on Kellen, but because now my biggest issue with Kellen now is not necessarily like having predetermined. It's about knowing your team. You know what I'm saying? Like, let's just be real. I don't honestly think that Mike McCarthy's gonna be a better play caller than Kellen Moore. I don't think he is gonna be, but he may not have to be if he has more common sense. Because think about this. We're not, listen, your defense is so good that there's a really good chance that you'll never be down by 20 points, bro. Like, your defense was only giving up 17 points last year. Like, how much of a good offensive coordinator do you need to be when your defense is only allowing 17 points, 18 points? Like, bro, you only got to score 25 points a game. That's nothing.
Look, Wes, this just finna boost up your point.
Bad teams are doing that. Go ahead.
Look how much better your defense was when they played to their hand, a.k.a. when Cooper Rush was the starting quarterback. Your defense was outstanding. Your defense was phenomenal. They was
Scoring
holding people
touchdowns.
under 20 points, bro. That's because you want to know why? Because we was running the football. We was playing to the hand of the defense. When Dak got back, it looked like Kellen Moore said, look, my no hands. He got to show out. You know what I'm saying? He did all kind of stuff.
Listen, when Cooper Rush was there, Kellen Moore had to be who he could be.
He had to be responsible.
Yes.
Yeah.
But when Dak came back, he got to be who he wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why when Dak came back, he made the infamous statement, you know, it was so hard. You don't understand how bad I wanted to throw the ball there. And everybody in the room is laughing. And I'm looking at this little like, did you really just say that, bro?
Get him out of here.
Get him out of here. We just won the game. We just won the game. And you're telling me you wanted to do the opposite of what won us the game? Get him out of here, bro.
Michael Lombardi called that man joystick. Y'all seen that? They call that man joystick. I said, oh.
I seen that. I saw that comment. But yeah, man, like situational play calling has always been Kellen Moore's Achilles heel, because you can look at the numbers, and on paper the numbers are fine. Like, we're scoring a lot of points. Matter of fact, since 2019, when Dak Prescott is under center, we've been the number one scoring offense in the NFL. Right? You can fact check that. The problem is, like, look at the 49ers game. Situational play calling, 2nd and 1. You're on the 20. You have timeouts. The clock is not an issue, and you get the ball to start the second half. And instead of trying to run the clock down and score, and it's one of the rare opportunities you actually get to double up in the NFL game, right? It's one of those rare opportunities.
Probably the only one you had all year, too.
Probably the only one you had all year. Instead of trying to play for that, you go empty set and you call a shotgun pass, and there's a pick that happened. Like, technically, Dak Prescott threw the pick, but you put him in that situation. Instead of running the ball, playing to the clock, playing to the situation. Mistakes happen when you try to go against the grain. So that's one of my issues with Kellen Moore. Matter of fact, go back and look at the Jacksonville Jaguars game. We all remember the Noah Brown, like you said, he caught a no-look pass to end the game. But
he threw a no-look pass.
Yeah, he threw one.
Yeah, but listen. But listen, before it even got there, we had the ball before they scored to tie the game up, to take it to overtime. If we had actually just ran the ball 3 times, they would have used all their timeouts, and they would not have enough time to go down the field and kick a tying field goal. And that's what I mean by situational play calling. Those are 2 games right there you lost just because you didn't do the right thing in the right moment.
So we expect Mike McCarthy to be able to call these plays on the field after not doing it for 4 years or whatever it is, better than Kellen Moore. I mean, I hope, but I just think it's going to be similar. Similar mistakes.
He has a better track record of calling plays than Kellen Moore.
He won a Super Bowl calling plays.
He won a Super Bowl calling plays, and he was not the best play caller in the world.
That was 2008,
but.
Super Bowls don't expire, sir. Super Bowls don't expire.
Yeah, but the game changed.
Yeah, but hear me out. Hear me out. Like, as early, what was it? It was as early like 2015. He had a top 10 scoring offense as a play caller. Like, he had a top 10 scoring offense for 8 consecutive seasons as Green Bay play caller.
2010. So it was 13 years ago.
No,
I mean, I want to believe.
I'm talking about since the Super Bowl. Like, there was an 8-year stretch, right? Not even after the Super Bowl. I'm not just counting, and I'm not just ending at the Super Bowl. I'm talking about what his offense did as an overall product. 8 straight years as him as a play caller. They were a top 10 scoring offense, and that was only it's almost a decade. True, but that's why he has an assistant offensive coach. If it was just him as the only person, cool. But he has a brain trust. He has an offensive coordinator. He has the offense. He has a bunch of people gonna help through the day-to-day tasks. So it's not like Mike McCarthy or Buzz. There are other brain trusts in there that have been calling plays, more recently than Mike McCarthy that will help him.
Hey, and think about this. Like, when we all sit back, right, and we think about this offense and what they do, how much of credit is that are we really giving Kellen Moore? Like let's pause, because this was a really good offense before Kellen Moore.
Facts. And Dak was better.
Dak was better before Kellen Moore.
Believe it or not, he was a better quarterback without Kellen Moore.
Yeah, so it's like, basically what we're really doing is we're going back, because listen, Dak is not like, and people want to put this, like, when I say things like this, people want to take this as shade, and it's not shade. You know what I'm saying? I look at Dak the exact, I can say this right now. My son My oldest son, he's a possession receiver. That's what he does. You want a third down, slant routes, post routes, in routes. He gonna catch the ball. He gonna get low. He gonna get you. Getting on the corner and just running straight out and try to outrun somebody. No, that's not my son. That's my baby. You want to know why I'm able to say that and I'm not hating? Because I understand what my sons are. Because I'm with them every day, right? We practice these things. I understand what they do well. So guess what we do? We enhance the things that they do well, and we try to improve on the things that they don't do well. That's called coaching, right?
Look,
so, hold on. Hold on.
Go ahead.
This point. So Dak Prescott, we know that Dak Prescott is not a quarterback that needs to be throwing the ball 35, 40 times. That's not what he did in college. That's not what he did in high school.
Not what he did as a rookie.
That's not what he did as a rookie. What we're asking for is this. We don't really need an advanced play caller. Because think about this. In the NFL, if you're running a bunch of plays, you know what that really means? You're not getting a lot of yards. You know what I'm saying? Think about this. 2016, the Dallas Cowboys had the best third down conversion in Dallas Cowboy history. You want to know why? Because we rarely saw third down. We were also the team with the least amount of third downs. We were going first down, second down, first down, second down, first down, second down, first down, second down, third down. Oh, snaps. First down, second down, first down, second down.
Yeah, that's a dominant offense right now.
That's what, and guess what? Dak Prescott was throwing the ball less than, go look at what he did his rookie year. He was not throwing the ball no 40 times. And think about this.
I think it was like 29 attempts a game, if I'm not mistaken.
Exactly. So my thing is this: and I'm not saying Jason Garrett, but I feel like Mike McCarthy's a better coach than Jason Garrett, and that was Jason Garrett and Scott Linehan that was running that show then. Kellen Moore was a backup quarterback for. No, in 2016 he wasn't even on the team. No, he came on the team. He came on the team 2017.
No, he was on the team 2016. Remember,
he was
he
was.
So remember,
he broke his ankle. He broke his ankle.
He would have been the starting quarterback.
I was at training camp the day he broke his ankle too. I was there.
We had to brought that peer relationship up. That's what we had to do with Kellen Moore and Dak. But like you said, man, Mike McCarthy, I think y'all got Mike McCarthy messed up, bro. Like for real, I think y'all got Mike McCarthy messed up, bro. No lie. This dude was a quarterback whisperer before they sullied his name in Green Bay. This man worked with a few Hall of Fame quarterbacks. This man don't get no credit for Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers was not this hot shot quarterback coming into the league.
Well, we saw that this year.
You know what I'm saying? This man, Aaron Rodgers was like, he had to get trained and molded. Mike McCarthy gets no credit for that. Like, is y'all crazy? Like, y'all don't understand how football works.
We know Brett Favre didn't help him.
yeah, Brett Favre said he went finna help the man. So this is right here, like, this is what I don't get by people. They want to give Aaron Rodgers all the credit. It's because they painted Mike McCarthy to be this guy who don't know nothing, who was just along for the ride. That is not true. Mike McCarthy was a quarterback whisperer before they started saying he was getting all them massages and stuff. Y'all got Mike McCarthy messed up. This man had one of the best offenses. He whooped Dallas too. Y'all forgot that? He whooped us. You know what I'm saying? But y'all say Mike McCarthy ain't doing nothing. Man, this man had great seasons in Green Bay. Great seasons in Green Bay. But that's all I'm saying. I think y'all got Mike McCarthy messed up. Real talk.
All right, go ahead. Let's answer this question. My boy Iceberg Slim, he says Darnell Washington is like a extra tackle in the field, man. Iceberg, I know you've been on ESPN because they and on Instagram and everywhere because they blowing up Darnell Washington right now. Darnell Washington, tight end out of Georgia. What are y'all thoughts, man? The Dallas Cowboys drafting a tight end in the first round or second round? Because you'd have to draft him in the first round because there's no way he's getting out. I don't think he's getting out the first round.
Who, Darnell Washington?
Yeah,
I think he might be in the. He might not make it to the second round for us because we at the bottom of the second.
Yeah, because I don't think exactly. That's what I was thinking. The only way I would do with Darnell Washington, I would try to trade out of the first round pick because I wouldn't take him in the first round. But if a team wants to come up to 26 and give me like a low second round pick, then I'll take it. And then get another second, I'll take it because for me, 26 is damn near the second round. And for the most part, the Dallas Cowboys ain't really had, except for Dez Bryant. I think he's like the only like guy that has been drafted out of 20. Who's some draft picks after 25 that Cowboys have drafted that have worked out for us?
Shout out to Taco Montana.
I'm bringing up Taco Charleston. That's the homie, man.
Hold on. Shout out to Taco Montana with a $2 super chat. He said, Juggle Mike, one of the most winningest coaches. Yeah, real talk. Real talk. But one thing I don't like, I'm gonna hold my reservations on Donnell Washington. I think he's super athletic. I think he's a freak. I think he can do all the stuff they said. But you got to take it with a grain of salt. We haven't seen him be the feature tight end. He was the second best tight end in Georgia. Brock Bowers was that guy. Brock Bowers looked like he's Travis Kelce in them. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't give they didn't give him all the opportunities like that. So Donnell Washington was playing second fiddle to Brock Bowers. Yes. So we haven't even seen him be a feature tight end. So that's alarming to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't saying that he's not good enough, but we ain't seen it. You know what I'm saying? So you'll be asking him to transition to a higher level of football and then be the guy. Yep. You know what I'm saying? When he wasn't even the guy in college. So I think he can do it, but I tell you, it'll be very risky. It'll be risky.
And this is what I'll say to you right now, right? If and I'm gonna charge up both y'all, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm big homie West Coast.
Listen
to me. If Landlord and Henny would have been on their job and they would have been hitting us all season with all these SEC players, we would have already known this about Donnell Washington.
They're gonna snitch West Coast again.
There we go. West Coast 6'9". West Coast 6'9" in full effect.
He coming strong out of here.
Listen to me. I'm just saying, listen to me, because now y'all understand why I be saying the things I be saying to y'all. Like, look, bro, there are these we need Cowboy content creators that push back on some of this crap that they're putting out there, bro. Because listen to me, I called Henny at damn near 1:00 in the morning. Like, Henny, I know who we about to draft. I know who we about to get. He like, who? I ain't gonna say his name, but I said blah blah blah. And Henny said, hell no.
Drew Sanders.
Yes. Yeah. Say it, bro. Why you gonna say that? Why you
gonna guy from my school? So yeah,
we know him from Arkansas.
Listen to me. He cut me down and. Literally, I was so amped, bro. I was amped. I was about to make a video and everything. And literally, he crushed my dreams in 30 seconds.
I do got one thing. Y'all want to talk about the draft, or I do want to talk about Donovan Wilson before we wrap it up, too, though.
Heck yeah, go ahead. Let's try.
Okay. This one thing, like people saying get rid of Donovan Wilson and all this crazy.
Get rid of Donovan Wilson. I'll fight you.
They trying to say like it don't matter, like we can replace it. The only way I'm okay, a lot of people, bro, believe it or not, a lot of people, they saying we got Izzy in the background, we got Marquise Bell, a lot of people that's unproven in my opinion. You know what I'm saying? Not opinion, but that's factual. But the only way I'm okay if the Cowboys could just say they don't want to pay Donovan Wilson, and I hate it, I promise you, I think Dono is a huge part of this defense. But if they was just say, okay, we're going to move on, you know what I would require for them to do that?
What's that?
You got to give me a linebacker, sir. Because you'll lose more on Donovan Wilson leaving.
A middle linebacker.
Yeah, you'll lose more from Donovan Wilson leaving at the linebacker position. Dono is one of them like that. You know what I'm saying? You wouldn't lose as much in the coverage area. You'll lose linebacker play.
And how many tackles? And Henny, my numbers guy. And how many tackles are you losing from Donovan Wilson to be exact?
I think he had like 77 or something.
Bro, I think
he had
like
77 solo tackles.
Yeah. He was second. And I'm going to tell you guys this right here, right? I'm going to tell y'all this right here. If you just look at the Cowboys, like, I don't want to disrespect nobody because y'all know I got love for the D. That's my squad. And no, hey, pause. Okay. I got love for my defense, right?
Yeah.
But there's some stats that I can't say this. I'm gonna whisper it so y'all ain't.
So no Eagle fans won't hear it. Go ahead.
Listen. There's some stats that the Cowboys defense have. I know they're a good defense, but there's some stats that we have that kind of.
Are you talking about that 22nd ranked run defense?
I'm talking about that. I'm talking about them tackling rate. Listen to me. They are really good defense, but don't tell me.
Alarming, no.
It's
alarming. Red
flags. It's some real flags.
Okay.
Draft the corner in the first round. Don't draft
That's how you know he the new guy, because he didn't even get that we up here whispering, bro.
Hey, you know there's always that one guy we trying to keep it down.
Yeah.
Louder from the East Coast.
I ain't gonna lie though. I'm trying not to make content about Donovan Wilson because I don't want these other people to see him. I want to keep that on the low.
Right here.
They saw him already.
I know.
The league knows who he is and what he can do. Jerry Jones is gonna try and play him like, oh well, this is the star, and being in Dallas comes with some extras.
Yeah,
You know,
I
penny
hate that,
pinching.
man.
Listen to me. When your safety is leading you in tackles at any point of your season, theoretically, you don't have a good defense, bro.
You don't have a good linebacker either. So your
You don't-
linebacker core is lacking.
bro, you ain't got a good D
Draft
line.
the linebacker in the first
bro,
round. If
listen
all
to
them
me.
corners come off the first round early,
Listen to me. They got to
the
go to
linebacker
defensive
drop.
line first. The defensive tackles got to hit first. Listen to me. I know Osia Digazura had a good season. I know Gallimore had a good season.
No, the hell Gallimore did not. No,
But
the hell
listen,
he did
no,
not.
no, let me tell you. Let me tell you. They had good seasons in the passing aspect because that's what they drafted those dudes for. That's why our defensive tackles are small and lean. And think about this. That's why a 40-year-old Jonathan Hankins was important for the Dallas Cowboys. Listen to me. Like he had to go. Listen, Jonathan
He's 40.
he came into the Dallas Cowboys defense and instantly our defense got better. Bro, want to know why? Because he was simply better than the guys we had. So I'm like this. I want to get I would love to get a corner because if the kid from Penn State's there, take him. Because your second corner, if he's there, you got to take him. But I say this too right now, man. I say I'm gonna tell you, I'm about to spin this whole thing. I'm about to ask y'all one position that you could get right now to fix the entire team. That's the question. I'm gonna give y'all my
way I gotta do it.
Anyway,
off draft or free agency.
Free agency, because well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of biased. I believe that the Cowboys' problems that we have can't be fixed by anybody in the draft. You lost to a playoff team. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that there's a rookie that you can insert from this draft on that team that instantly helps us. You know what I'm saying? Beat that team. I think you need a grown ass man.
Unless you're lucky. That's the only way.
Unless you're lucky. So this is what I'm saying.
Kyle 001 said, "I'm a man. I'm 40."
Yeah, I'm 40.
All right, so this had a beard. Listen, I'm gonna tell you. Hey, listen to me. I'm gonna give y'all my position, and it's gonna mess you up. They're gonna be like, West Coast. That don't make no sense. This is the one position I believe that the Cowboys can drop on this position on this team and improve the entire team. Let me tell you what it is.
DT.
Oh, no. Did I say it? It's guard.
Guard.
Let me tell you why. Because if you run the ball better, then guess what? You get your listen to what your head coach said. Your head coach didn't say he wanted to run the damn ball because he thinks it's better for his team. He said he wants to run the damn ball more to do what for his defense? To rest his team. So he's under the concept. Mike McCarthy's already thinking like I want him to think. That, listen, I don't give a damn how good my defense is. They're not going to be on the field. That's where it starts. You know what I'm saying? Because think about this. 2016, our defense was not good. But guess what? These guys was born called the Hot Boys. You want to know why? Because they only played like 15 plays a game.
Time out, though, Wes. Wes, this is my question to you, though. Because it ain't making sense to me now. Look, you said the guard upgraders, right?
Yes.
You want that guard in free agency, though, because you said the draft ain't got the player for you.
I have to.
Why you want? Look, I wouldn't be mad if you draft a guard. I think you can draft a guard.
Oh yeah, but okay.
Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. You said the free agent. Yeah.
I didn't mean this. Tyler Smith has obviously changed my opinion on that.
Yeah. You can draft a guard.
26 at 26. Are you getting, bro? Because I'm gonna tell you, I don't want. Listen, if I'm gonna draft a guard and he's gonna start, I don't want the second best guard. I'm not, and at 26, I feel like you're probably gonna get the 26, the second or third best guard by then.
That Osiris kid, they act like he supposed to be one of the ones in Florida. So
yeah, but where he gonna go? Because the kid from the kid from USC, he tore his ACL.
Yeah, the Voorhees. Yeah.
Voorhees.
See, that's what I'm saying. Okay, I don't even think I gotta say my position. Y'all know how biased I am. We need a receiver, sir. We need a receiver. We need a wide receiver, sir.
How does a wide receiver help the entire team? Tell me how that.
It helps the entire team because, okay, you seen what CeeDee Lamb did by himself. That would help CeeDee Lamb for sure. Then it'll help the run game as well because you gotta guard both of them.
How does it help?
You know what I'm saying? It might not help the defense as much.
It don't help.
But look though, it can help the defense if you're scoring points early. It can help them like that, Wes. You dealing with a football guy. If you getting up early, if you putting up points, huh?
That's Kellen Moore all over again. We're gonna score a bunch of points.
No, look, you know the best way to play to your defense, Wes?
Not have on the field.
No, you get up early.
No,
You get up early. You get up early.
have him on the field.
Let's take a vote. Is that not the most of it? Look, that's what we was doing in 2016. We was getting up early and running the ball. That's what we was doing. If you want to run the ball, that's your best bet. Get up early, right? And let your defense play. Yeah. So I'll use my wide receivers to get up early, at least get a touchdown lead. Now you can run the ball. Now you can rest your defense. Hey, everything is a marriage.
Eagles did that.
Everything is a marriage.
Let me jump in. I ain't with you.
You're not controlling the clock throwing the ball because you can't control the ball throwing the ball because if most of the time for almost everything that you do when you throw the ball, the clock is going to stop. You know what I'm saying? If you throw an incompletion, the clock stops. So that's why
in the West Coast you got all them short passes.
Yeah, but that's exactly what we're doing now. No, I'm not trying to use that as run. I'm not trying to, and I'm gonna tell you this right now. Like I'm gonna get you guys. I'm gonna get Keith and I'm gonna give HCM. I'm gonna get y'all answers real quick. But at some point, we need to have a goddamn conversation about why the hell we just can't throw the ball more to CD Lamb. Like, let's just be real, bro.
Hold on.
All Dax did was try to force the ball to CD Lamb.
No, after Green Bay, he did. Man, up to CD Lamb wasn't even really starting week one.
CD Lamb was dropping the ball and wasn't really CD Lamb in the beginning of the year.
But he is now, though.
Look though, Wes, you can't expect to have the same results from CD the next year.
You think worse?
You got to give them help. You got to give them help.
Clearly better with another weapon on the other side.
You got to give them help, Wes. You got to.
So, bro, so you're gonna tell me
Michael Gallup no help? He ain't been healthy in 2 years.
My question is this: so why aren't you talking about messing with his money then? Because he
can't.
Because he makes
there's no out in his contract this year. That's why.
Man,
no out in his contract.
Look, I just saw the numbers on my show. CD was ranked like 8th as a wide receiver. Michael Gallup was like 85th, and Noah Brown was like 93rd. Like this man needs some help, sir. He needs some help, Wes.
He needs to stop throwing the ball. Hey, listen to me. I'm gonna tell you like this: if we're throwing the ball 40 times, absolutely. Hold
on. Let me ask you this: did the Eagles throw the ball 40 times?
Yeah. No.
They number one rushing team in the league though, and they still had 2 number one wide receivers.
Yes, so but I'm gonna also tell you this: they also drafted one in the first round, and they also paid one $20 million. And guess what? Also they did to get to the Super Bowl? They ran the ball. Thank you.
But when that ain't what I'm saying. That's not my point. That's not my point. That's not my point. Are you gonna let me get to my point? Are you gonna let me get to my point? Are you gonna let me get to my point? Are you gonna let me get to my point?
Go ahead.
You're trying to say that we don't need a wide receiver because you don't want to throw the ball. No, I'm saying, hold on. I'm saying, if you're going to run the ball the way you want to run the ball, you need to reward it when it's time to play action. I don't need a little cheap 10-yard pass when it's time to play action. I need a home run ball. When you earn the right, when you run the ball and you establish the run, you earn the right to take shots, correct?
Exactly.
Okay, so that's why you need another wide receiver, because it cannot always be CD Lamb.
No, you don't.
Man, Michael Gallup's not going to be ready.
Let me say my point.
If they double CD, what we gonna do with?
Tell me what.
If they double CD, what we gonna do?
Tell me why we don't do CD. Talk to me. Go ahead.
This is what I'm gonna say. I am under the impression that Michael Gallup can be Michael Gallup. I'm under the impression that off of an ACL tear in the same year, that is impossible to be Michael Gallup. See, that's the narrative that I'm running with, because that actually makes sense. That's why if you look and think about this, the Dallas Cowboys, even, unfortunately, they agree with me. You want to know why? That's why the highest cap was in the second year. That's why Michael Gallup only cost us $4.5 million last year. You want to know why? Because they knew that they weren't going to get production from him because he was hurt.
If they knew that well, why they ain't give them no help then?
Listen,
if they knew that, why did they sign him? I mean, shit, like they could have kept him helping.
Why they ain't getting no help in the building?
Hold up. First off, Dallas Cowboys do crazy stuff all the time. They trade.
That's what I'm saying.
Obviously, yeah.
That ain't got nothing to do with it. But I don't got nothing to do with it. But I'm saying like this, right? I'm gonna tell you this right now. I've never heard of a team with a 1,400-yard receiver saying that they need more. Now, I'm gonna tell you this right now. My question is this: when you say you need help for a receiver, I'm asking you this: where are those targets coming from? Because I'm gonna tell you this: we don't even have the offensive line really to be pass blocking and doing all that. Listen, and also remember, play action passes don't really count because play action pass, you were selling the defense that you were doing what? Running. So that's not the same as it's totally not the same because on play action pass, you're going forward. You're not going backwards. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, let them get a player because I might have to get out of here.
Hey, I definitely got to. I got to leave.
Go ahead. Hey, this is a good show though.
Yeah.
We gotta move this up an hour early or something.
I'm gonna have to be West Coast op. I'm finna get them throw the damn ball hats coming soon. You know what I'm saying? Look, every great hero needs a villain on there. So hey, I got you. Throw the damn ball hats coming soon.
For real. And guess what? Around week 11, y'all gonna be right back to screaming around that ball.
Like shit.
Hey, go ahead, Keith, what's your player?
Hey, get me a corner first round. I don't think that kid from Illinois is gonna be there. I don't think Christian Gonzalez is gonna be there either. He had a good combine. Maybe Cam Smith, but you mentioned Joey Porter Jr. I like the bloodline. I like the fact that he comes from a family that knows about the league, the NFL. His dad's gonna be right there to mentor him. He could be ready day one. When's the last time the Cowboys drafted a corner in the first round? Morris Claiborne. Trayvon Diggs was second round. Like, it's been a need now for a while. Like, we were rocking with Kelvin Joseph. Please draft me a first-round corner at 26. Let one of these corners fall. It's not going to happen, though, because it's a passing league. You know, when we got Micah Parsons, I was sitting there looking at Joe Horn's kid and Surtan's kid, thinking one of them would come to Dallas. We lucked out getting Micah Parsons, but we still have needed an actual corner that can be a lockdown corner for maybe 5 to 10 years. And even with Trayvon Diggs in his situation, I don't know. With his contract, like we draft me a first round talent at cornerback, please.
Facts.
All right, go ahead. Well, the question was actually what position you think can. So you're saying the cornerback is the one position you think that can change
in the draft? In the draft,
help the whole team.
Now we do need a receiver, but like I'm interested in exploring D Hop. What happened to all the OBJ?
It went the draft. It was just like whatever. However you want to acquire.
And I'm gonna say something real quick. I'm making content right now on the Dallas Cowboys bringing in DeAndre Hopkins. So for all the clowns in the comment box who don't understand the conversation, when I said one position. Now, I do believe.
Sorry, landlord, run the damn.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, I know I'm trolling. That's funny though.
This is what I'm saying. In the hierarchy right now, if there's only one thing that you could bring, if you could get the best thing, man, give me your offense without changing right now, lost in the second round of playoffs, averaging 33 points a game. Like, you guys, listen, I know the mindset. I know it. We on play action pass deserve it. But listen to me. Why Michael Gallup did not show anything talent-wise that says that he's fallen off. The only thing that Michael Gallup showed last year is that he was not ready. You did not see him dropping balls. You didn't see anything that made you believe that he was not Michael Gallup. The only thing that Michael Gallup showed you last year is that he was not healthy. But the skill set, it didn't diminish.
Who you got, Han? Who your player is before you go? I know you got to go back to work.
Yeah, man. Oh, I need a defensive tackle because we talked about the only Achilles heel of the defense being their inability to stop the run. Past 2 seasons, they've been putrid in stopping the run. Like last year, we were 22nd in run defense. So, we usually lose in the playoffs the same way, right? 2018, they had almost 300 yards surrendered on the ground. 2021, they gave up almost 200 yards on the ground to the San Francisco 49ers. So, I need, a real big nasty in the middle. And if I can get a big defensive tackle, it will open up, opportunities for my linebackers to play better, right? So give me that, because if you cannot run on the Dallas Cowboys defense and you cannot throw on the Dallas Cowboys defense because of the pass rush provided by Micah Parsons and these other guys, what the hell are you going to do?
Facts. That's a good point.
So that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
Nice, man. Hey, man, this was a good ass. Hey, Landon, this was a good ass conversation, man. I know we got a couple folks that got to dip off, man. We've been on here for about an hour and 15 minutes, man. I appreciate everybody that's been tuning in here, man. Hey, man. Hey, I need everybody to let us know where you can be found at. Henny, I'm gonna let you start first because I know you got to get up out of here, man. Go ahead.
All right, so first and foremost, Darren, he said I sound like a millionaire with the mic. Hey, this is thanks to y'all. This is thanks to
Color
y'all.
changing lizard.
Yeah,
You
y'all
know what I'm
provided.
saying?
Y'all provided the mic.
All right.
Salute to y'all. And but yeah, you can find me at HTM Sports on YouTube. Henny Demore on Facebook. You know, I'm dropping articles, dropping content. Probably gonna go live again later on. So I appreciate y'all for the love and support, man.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. Hey, go ahead, landlord.
Oh, okay. You already know Landlord from Alabama with the same handle on all social media, man. I will be live probably tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? I'll let y'all see the life of a Cowboy fan, you know, in real time. You know what I'm saying? Going through the motions like West Coast. West Coast inspired that. You know what I'm saying? I try to give y'all our real stuff every day. So, yeah, man, I appreciate all the love and support, man. Come holler at me in the trap if you're feeling nefarious. You understand? Let's get it.
Yes, sir. And then Keith, man, let them know where they can find you at, my boy.
New York City, on air every night. WFAN, the #1 sports radio station in the world, the first 24-hour sports radio station. I'm the only Cowboys fan that you really ever hear in New York talking about the Dallas Cowboys. I talk all sports, though, football, basketball, baseball, and even picking up on some hockey now, believe it or not. So at Keith McPherson on Twitter, that's probably my largest platform. I'm verified, got 30,000 followers there. I connected with West Coast on IG at Keith McPherson. My mom came up with it. I ran with it. I'm verified on there with 10,000. And yeah, I'm trying to just do more Dallas Cowboys content because honestly, being in an area with all Giants fans and Jets fans, you just feel like there's nobody really, you know, to connect with or to talk about your team with. But I go all the way back to the Cowboys putting up 52 on the Bills, and that made me a fan after watching that Super Bowl. So rock with me, man. I'm gonna pop up on YouTube. I got to build my YouTube up, and I'm gonna keep running with West Coast and then RJ Ochoa and blogging the boys. And definitely want to link with Henny and Landlord and everybody else in the Cowboys community. How about them?
You
Yes,
know it.
sir.
Yes, sir. And hey, man, you guys already know you've been rocking with your boy West Coast, man. I will be live later on today. I got to change my time. I got a show with Law Nation, but that's gonna be the time's gonna be changing because I got man, I'm coaching 2 teams this year, 6U and 8U, and they go practice at 4 and 5. So I might have to switch that up. But hey, man, you guys already know, man. I'm just a cow. Anytime you hear it on your phone, just look for that because you already know West Coast about to go live because something popped off, man. And most importantly, you guys already know what it is. Never look down because the stars up. Peace.
Peace.